What's up everyone, back for another beer review, and today is the continuation of Mixed Six Pack theme month here on the channel. And the beer I'm reviewing today comes from the Allagash Brewing Company, and they're out of Portland, Maine, and this is their Allagash White. So this is a Belgian-style Witbier that is brewed with coriander and orange peel, comes in at 5.2% alcohol by volume, 13 IBUs at the time of review. This can is approximately 4.5 months old, so can't believe that I'm over 500 reviews currently and I have not reviewed a single beer from Allagash. Had quite a few beers from them in the past. I really dig their offerings. And this is like basically their flagship beer. This is just a Belgian-style Witbier, but this is a classic as far as Allagash is concerned. And when it comes to American brewed Belgian beers, Allagash is up there with one of my favorite breweries. I like Ommegang, Boulevard as well, but Allagash is probably my favorite from the breweries that get pretty decent distribution. But yeah, anyway, full disclosure, I've had this one before. I've had it a couple times, but I've never had it in a can. Not once. I didn't even know they canned this one until recently. And when I was at Wegmans doing my mixed six pack selection, I noticed it was in a can, and I'm like, man, I haven't reviewed an Allagash beer. This would be the perfect time to do it. So here we are. But yeah, anyway, on the back, they have a little spiel that I won't read, but they do say, we brew all of our beer at a single brewery in Portland, Maine, just like we have since 1995. And I believe this was one of their first beers they brewed. So this beer is pretty much almost 25 years old, so pretty cool. Anyway, I got the hashtag proper glassware. I also did like the vice roll, before I started the review. So we should have all the goodies mixed in with it. So let's give it a crack here and get into it. So yeah, Allagash in a can. I can't, yeah, it's just crazy to me. Anyway, like I said, hashtag perfect, hashtag proper glassware. As you can see, that's pretty hazy. It looks like a beautiful, should give it like a beautiful pour to the top, but I want to get my schnoz in there so I can actually smell the beer. But yeah, wow. I don't know how that's going to come off on camera, but this has a really bright, vibrant, basically yellow color to it, like a straw golden yellow color. Lots of carbonation at the bottom, but that's because this glass has an etching. About a 2.5, 3 finger of a bright white, fluffy looking head. That, look, in the glass, in the proper glassware, hashtag, or no hashtag, whatever, doesn't matter. That looks like a beautiful beer. I must say so myself. That's pretty cool. Anyway, I don't know what I was gonna drink from the other side. Gotta have the label out, as Paul over at PaTroll who's like, say label out, even on the glass, right? Logo out, I guess, on the glass. Yeah, so typical Belgian Witbier aromas. Definitely coriander and that orange peel. Nice wheat component to it. Other lemon, like lime's citrus-esque qualities to it. A little bit of funkiness, actually. Like I said, that wheat component, along with the coriander and along with the orange peel. For me, it's unmistakable when it comes to Belgian Witbier. I did a blind, one of my first whodunit beers was a beer that was sent to me by Matt over at Massive Beer Reviews. And I could tell it was a Belgian-style Witbier. It ended up being like American Witbier or American wheat beer, but it just had, the coriander, the orange peel, and the wheat characteristics, and it's kind of hard for me to not pick up on those, regardless of whether I'm doing a review like this or doing it blind. It smells, and this is, I say this, and this is a cop-out a lot of times, but just like when it comes to these style of, like this specific style of beer, but I was gonna say these styles when I mean just like wheat beers, they just have a refreshing quality to them, whether it's the aroma or the taste. Just smells like I'm gonna wanna drink a bunch of them. They're not overly complex, but what's there is very well balanced and blended in the aroma. It just, yeah, it's very cohesive, very cohesive. Yeah, it smells pretty good. Let's get into it. Cheers, everyone. Just a quality wheat beer. Body at 5.2%, it's like lower side and medium, approaching medium. Has a little bit of bigger of a body than I actually anticipated, typical for the style, especially at 5.2, which I really do enjoy. And then the mouthfeel, yeah. It has a nice crisp carbonation to it, but it's still soft and smooth and slightly creamy to some extent. It's kind of fluffy on the palate. So we'll shout out Matt again. Goes down so easy. Right up front, I'm hit with coriander right from the get-go, like right on the tip of the tongue. Then you get like those wheat aspects to it, a little bit of graininess. The orange peel hits about mid-palate, but it's blending in with like a lemon lime type of thing going on in this one that's a little bit different. There's a decent amount of like a floral herbaceous tone to this one as well. It finishes slightly dry, but a little bit more to the sweeter side. And I mean, this is not overly sweet or anything. We're not like drinking a pastry stout or something crazy, right? But it just has a nice sweeter finish to it that actually makes it way more approachable and easier to drink for myself personally. I know a lot of people like drier beers. For me, I like sweeter beers, and I think this kind of falls in the latter aspect of it as opposed to being a super dry beer. 5.2%. Yeah, it's so easy to drink. I mean, it kind of drinks like 4 from just from the like the body and the mouthfeel, and just like, well, like I said, the body's bigger, but just like the overall drinkability of this beer is like you're drinking a 4% beer, but it has the flavors that probably approach a 6.5% beer. As you can see, I'm just crushing this, and I'm going to crush that can, and it's going to be a great time. So this is for the style, and especially for an American brewed Belgian Witbier, this is like a 4.75 for me. It could be a 5 out of 5 as far as stylistically it goes. Is this up there with some of the best Belgian Witbiers I had? Yeah, I'd say this is damn close. I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's up there. It's definitely up there. Stylistically, Allagash White from Allagash Brewing Company, 4.75 out of 5. Personal enjoyment, I'm going to give this a high 4 out of 5, 4.1 out of 5. Now, you might say that's a low score, and I can see where you're coming from because I'm giving this so much love and I'm really digging it. It's not my favorite style. Belgian Witbiers will never be my favorite style, but that's why I give it a style rating. Stylistically speaking, it's a great upper echelon, close to world-class beer. Personal preference, a 4.1 out of 5 on my scale is a pretty damn good rating for a Belgian Witbier that just doesn't have any bells and whistles. It's just like, here you go, coriander, orange peel, and it's a wheat beer. And if you've never had this one before, I think you owe it to yourself to grab it if you like the style. It's an awesome beer. Love that they can it now. The only problem I have with this one now is I was looking at the price for these cans, and I remember the 4-packs. They used to come in 4-packs of bottles, and they probably still do. The 4-packs of bottles, which are 12-ounce bottles, used to be, I think, $9.99, which is fine. They kicked it up to 16-ounce cans, and they're $12.99 for this 4-pack of 16-ounce cans. At $12.99 for a 4-pack, you're talking over $3 a can for a Belgian Witbier. Quality-wise, sure, it's probably worth it, but there are Belgian style Witbiers brewed by American breweries that are probably like $2 a bottle, maybe even like $1.75, that approach this. They don't straight get to the quality of this, but they come close. So it's hard to pay almost double the price for something like this in a 16-ounce can. That said, I think it's worth it as far as like the monetary value goes. I think it's fair. It's a solid price. But I would like to see these 4-packs to be more in the $10 to $11 range as opposed to $12 to $13. It might be cheaper in your area, it might be more expensive, but in my area, $12.99 4-packs is a bit high. Availability, wherever Allagash gets distribution, they're pretty much throughout the Northeast and probably Mid-Atlantic. I don't know how far west they go or how far south they go, but I really like their stuff. I need to review more beers from them, so I'm going to have to pick up some of their like more elaborate bottles and whatnot because they make some really good beer, and I just can't believe I haven't reviewed any to this point, so I'm an idiot. Anyway, Allagash White, Allagash Brewing Company, 4.1 out of 5 for personal preference, 4.75 out of 5 for style, and yeah, appreciate you guys stopping by for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. Stop back tomorrow for another mixed 6-pack theme beer review. We're getting down to the last couple reviews. We're under a week to go, and hopefully you guys have been enjoying it because I have, and until tomorrow, cheers.